Srila Prabhupada Goswami explains for the one who cannot remember the pastimes of Krishna, so he must chant the names of the Lord. The names of the Lord are filled with the form, the qualities, and the pastimes of the Lord, of Krishna. And by chanting his names with sincerity, we can have a real darshan of Krishna. It is only when we saw Krishna that we can remember him. Otherwise, how could we remember someone we have never met? You understand? So the remembrance, it's not that it is more exalted than the chanting of the holy name, but it comes for people who experience bhajan. This is why it comes naturally through these different things. We must glorify the holy name, chant the glories of the Lord, and after, when the experience comes, we can remember. Otherwise, it is not possible. Or an ordinary living being cannot remember Krishna, because the remembrance of Krishna is connected to pure love of God. When a devotee who met Krishna reads about Krishna, automatically remembrance comes. And when remembrance comes, the remembrance of Krishna itself is non-different, because the remembrance of a pure devotee is the remembrance of Prema, pure love. So as soon as pure love comes, Krishna is attracted. It is a process. This is why when Krishna, in this verse, Bhakti-mama Bhijanati, explains that simply by pure devotion we can know me, it is a reality. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in Bhajana Rahasya, he explains that in relation to this verse, the one who has material goals cannot develop pure love for God, for Krishna. The one who wants to have a child, a wife, who want to cherish his children, all kinds of things, have material gains, it is impossible for him to develop pure love for Krishna. It's not possible, because it is contradictory. There are two different energies, two different platforms. As soon as we think to be happy in this world, Krishna disappears. It's logical. Those who have that, Krishna, as soon as their attachment regresses, everyone can experience this. As soon as the attachment goes away, then we are in bliss. As soon as material attachments come again, we suffer. So what is this madness to attach ourselves to things that make us suffer? It is like madness. But still, as long as we have not advanced spiritually, our attachments are stronger than the attachments to the form of Krishna, to his name. Why? Because of traveling in this material world and being in a false condition of life, we cannot turn our face towards Krishna. As long as the anarthas, the unwanted things, are there in our heart, we cannot be attracted to Krishna. It's something that is horrible. There's no satisfaction in nothing in this world. Nothing. We just try to chase the suffering. We do some sport. We do all kinds of things to try to stop suffering and be happy. But if we look, this kind of happiness, it is insignificant. And also, we will hurt ourselves. It will never happen correctly. This material world is full of unhappiness. But there's one quality in this world. It's that if we chant the holy name, then illusion can disappear. Simply, we just need a little bit of love for Krishna. Krishna does not ask much, just a little bit. This is what Krishna asks for. Why Krishna was in Dwarka? It is because Krishna must satisfy all his devotees. So, of course, all the inhabitants of Dwarka are expansions of the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And the form of Krishna itself, the one who goes to Dwarka, is an expansion of the original form of Krishna. We could say, but Krishna could multiply himself in the same places to accomplish his pastimes. But the reality is that Krishna must also make his devotees experience the greatest degree of love. And we know that Vipralambha Seva, the feeling of separation, is the highest feeling. Of course, it is tasted in Vrindavan. It is tasted because Radha and Krishna can never be separated, since in reality Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that they are a same entity, but separated in two forms. And their complicity is so strong, and their attraction for each other is so powerful, their love is so powerful, that they know also in Vrindavan, even when they're present together, a form of devastation, which is extraordinary, since when Radha and Krishna are in an extraordinary separation, it touches the heart of all their devotees. And it's true that in Vrindavan, when Radha and Krishna feel, they taste feelings of separation so deep that they lose consciousness, and they can even change their bodily color, exchange their feelings as they are absorbed in one and the other. Still, when Krishna comes on the earth, in a universe, in a particular universe, so he seems to disappear. This is a great mystery. Why Krishna does that? A great mystery. Why Krishna gives suffering to his devotees? The reality is that on a transcendental level, there's no duality. Suffering and joy are the same substance. But if there is separation, you can have a new absorption in the object of love. When we're separated from the object of love, we desire him or her very strongly. I know it's really advanced, it's difficult for the children. Oh, your nose is blocked? Go wash your nose so you will be able to hear better. But it's very advanced for children. Nobody can understand topics like that. For a child, it's not so simple. So the point is that the substance of love of God, when it is in separation, it takes the form of the object of separation. It means that the inhabitants of Vrindavan, in their separation, they can be closer to Krishna than. This is why Krishna makes this arrangement, so that they can taste him even more. So they can taste him even more. And what does Krishna do? He observes. In an invisible form, he observes. And when he observes that, what does he see? He sees something extraordinary. He sees something that he himself cannot have. It's to taste himself. It is one of the reasons why he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's to taste himself. What is there that devotees can experience that he does not? We shared this story not long ago in the Chaitanya Mangal. When Rukmini, she said to Krishna that he cannot understand what represents for his devotees his lotus feet. Because to understand the lotus feet of Krishna, we need to see him face to face. We need to have a transcendental body and be able to really taste this sweetness, this fragrance. And the beauty of Krishna is something that is extraordinary. The meeting with Krishna is something extraordinary. The proof it is so extraordinary that once this meeting is done, we can resist to everything in this world. Mountains of gold, position of Brahma, whatever you want. Nothing anymore can compare to Krishna. That's the proof that without having this darshan of Krishna, this vision in a transcendental body, it is not possible to completely resist. It is impossible. This is why sometimes certain persons glorify someone as a pure devotee, and after we learn 6 months later that he had an adventure with I don't know whom, or he left, or he's not chanting anymore. What does that mean? It means that this person never met Krishna. Never. It is impossible to fall down if we met Krishna. Because what happens is that Krishna is so beautiful that even his material energy could attract his devotee. The more he will get closer to Maya, the more the material energy will escape, because she cannot competition with Krishna's beauty. It's not possible because it's too ugly in this world. It's only because there's not the experience of Krishna. Once the experience is there, we don't lament for someone in this world. Even it could be a son or a daughter. It's not possible. It's impossible. We think what? That it is mercy. So the object for which everyone wants, the pure devotees, they say, I'm fortunate. Can you believe it? How much Krishna is powerful. Krishna is so powerful. And you're ready, even for him, to abandon everything, to lose everything. When this verse, Mahaprabhu is in the state of mind of Srimati Radharani, he says, you can even do your pastime in front of me and make me suffer, even if you find this happiness with this young girl, but with me I am satisfied. But if for your own pleasure I am with you, but you want to be with another girl, then I will do that myself. I will serve that person. Krishna is powerful. He can take everything away. He can destroy your reputation. Everyone think that you're the worst, but still, you can only accept it. And you say, oh, this I accept. This I accept, Krishna. It's nothing for me. But why don't you show me your sweet face? Why are you hiding from me? I'm ready to accept everything even worse than this. I can accept that easily, very easily. But why are you hiding to me your sweet looking face? I just want to see you, I just want to love you. It's powerful, Krishna. And a devotee, Narayan Maharaj, he gives this example, which is very deep. Right now, many people, they abandon their chanting, their, their dogs on the road. And when a dog is, usually is very chaste, they will go see all the cars. For example, when people go for vacation, they abandon their dog. And the dog will go see every car to see if it's his master. And he explains like that not far away, there's the ocean. And the dog goes towards the ocean and he thinks I will suicide myself. And he thinks maybe my master will come again. He leaves and he tries to find his master. This is the life of a devotee. A devotee who saw Krishna even once, he can stop living, but he thinks Krishna will come to me. This is the state of mind of Radharani. When Krishna left Vrindavan, Radharani, it is explained that even the bed that her servants were making with petals of flowers, they were burning so much her body was burning. Radharani, she was agonizing. Sometimes she was liquefying herself. Sometimes she became like fire. Sometimes like a hard stone. Sometimes all the symptoms of ecstasy through her was manifesting and making strong transformations in her body. Constantly she was changing from one state to the other. And she was thinking, what is the worth of my life without the beautiful son of Nanda Maharaj? And although she could live her body at every moment, because she is the greatest of yogis, Radharani, it's easy for her to leave. I mean, she cannot leave her body because her body and her person is one. But she thought, if Krishna comes back and he does not find me, how can I leave then? If Krishna comes back and he doesn't find me. Everyone was thinking this. But there was no more life in Vrindavan. All were agonizing. All were crying. No one could accomplish his duty. Even the cows were not giving milk. Even the calves were not drinking from the others. Even the bees stopped collecting honey from the flowers. The trees, the leaves were falling from the trees. The earth. It was like such a difficult state that all were thinking, but if Krishna is coming back, this is love. If we do not have this love, Krishna will not come. In the same way that you love the living entities in this world, you can love Krishna. If you pass Krishna in the secondary, Krishna will pass you in secondary. You will attain the heavenly planets, but not Krishna's kingdom. That's why Prabhupada said that 95% of his disciples will go to heavenly planets. Look into your heart right now, what's happening. You know, but you continue. You won't obtain more. You'll come back in this material world because this is your desire to love the living entities of this world, to love the illusion. But it's just a question of time. You'll have to abandon everything. You won't even remember those you loved. Everything will disappear. But still you are determined to continue. This is the material energy Maya. Krishna explains. Krishna explains that my material energy, nobody can surpass it. The one who abandons himself to me easily can cross beyond it. So, we must study. Because if we do not study, we don't understand this mechanism. We don't understand our inner condition. We cannot save ourselves. We must also understand how to engage all our attachments to serve Krishna. If we do one activity that is not for the pleasure of Krishna, so it becomes karma. There's a reaction. If we do the same activity for Krishna's pleasure, it liberates us from ignorance. Krishna will reveal himself through this action, and we will come back to Krishna. It's not complicated. There's no other solution. The same activity which condition us, if it is done for Krishna, then we become unconditioned. This is why we must really try to understand our problem, even if it is difficult. Even if it is difficult. And we must apply the solution. The solution is to never forget Krishna. Why we should forget? The thing that will give us happiness and free us. And after taking us toward negative destination. But anyway, if you chant even one time Krishna's name correctly, Krishna will come and he will take everything away from you. It's just a question of time. You won't be able to keep your attachments. You can even fight. You will come back. Because we do not taste bliss in this world. We try. But it is so small. It is so insignificant. Even the different kinds of yoga and meditation, the religious activities, it is so insignificant. We accept all these things because we never saw the lotus feet of Krishna. This is why. Once the experience is done, everything else brings unhappiness. Raghunath Das Goswami explains this. All other things bring unhappiness. This is why, if we continue to dance and chant for Krishna, and that Krishna appreciates our dancing and chanting, so he will come to deliver us. But what is the use of this life? Mahaprabhu was saying in his transcendental state of mind, my life, it is just like an insect. I have no goal. I have no goal. In fact, Mahaprabhu was completely intoxicated on his own. It is explained that the more that the love of God is great, the more we think we have no love. If someone tells you, I have love, that means they have nothing. Often those who have little love, they think they're situated in love, but in fact they don't have love. But the more love of the Supreme Lord increases, and the more we think we don't have love. Mahaprabhu was thinking like that is the Lord himself. And he makes us see this truth. He was thinking, I wander without any goal. I wander without any goals, just like an insect. This is separation. This is separation. And Mahaprabhu was scratching the earth with his finger. It is a symptom of the feminine feelings in Braj. To scratch with the nails of his finger or their toenails. This is a particular feeling. They cry, and each tear is just like a jewel of amazing value, because it's Prema. Gaura Premanande.